Hey, how's it going? We are continuing the series where we're taking a look at government support available. It's been funded, at least partially funded by government, right? So it's kind of government, but tax money, if anything. So if you were struggling, if it's something, or if you were to reach out to those organizations, is if you are currently looking to address some of those issues when it comes to either you already have existing business or if you are interested to set up a new business that if you have an idea have covered within a number of videos. I was taking a look at cell and gene therapy, compound semiconductor applications, connected places, digital energy systems, high value manufacturing, medicine. I skipped that one just in case people would start just something unnecessary because people can get hurt, I guess. I'd rather skip this area. Medicine discovery, since the process might require a lot of interesting things, right? I have read it. Well, I'm not something I'm not recommending to do. Just in case people start doing it, we're not necessarily professionals, right? The most recent video was offshore renewable energy, and within this video, we're gonna be, in this last video, we're gonna be taking a look at satellite applications and what satellite applications is. Uh, let's start with the definition. From definition, we can jump into example. Perhaps people might be interested in think about the example. Then I can cover funding available, and from there we can come back and cover satellite applications. Either way, we can cover either way. So let's do it this way. Satellites have a wide range of applications across various fields, continuing to advance in communications, Earth observation, navigation, scientific research, and more. So it's not very specific, is it? Let me share a very specific example. Let's take a look at just one area. There are so many different areas where satellites can support any products or services that you. It's something that you're looking to introduce to the market, right? In this particular area, there's a finance available. I'm gonna be taking a look at perhaps later this week. This area would be nuclear energy, right? So they're looking to outsource perhaps everything to software when it comes to transportation of energy, right? So we're gonna this is very particular problem, very specific, right? When take a look at this very specific problem, they're gonna need to be software gonna need to be connected, right? And there's a finance available. They're only looking for people who are interested in doing that. Myself, I'm gonna take a look, right? I don't know if it's something that I'm interested, but either way, if I were, or if there's other people who might be interested in this problem, let's take a look at the process how to solve this problem, right? The objective of this thematical call, I was looking at the specific call that's available out there. To demonstrate the key benefits of satellite connectivity can bring to support of automated land vehicle sector. The thematic call proposed to address wide spectrum of applications, including the but not limited to some of the cases that I'm gonna mention in just a second that would be connected. Performance partner collection of processing. Industry needs reliability, consistent communication capabilities. Therefore, they need to adopt satellite communication systems to complement terrestrial networks in situations of emergency. There's a lot of information that's not that easy to understand, I guess. Should I keep it brief? So let's start with connecting performance parameters, right? So what we're gonna be looking at, we're gonna be looking to collect as much information as possible, as well as we're gonna be taking a look at from there. First point, right? That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be trying to collect as many data points as possible when it comes to moving vehicles, right? From there, we're gonna be looking at seamless transition between 4G and 5G, perhaps and progression to 6G, even that. So that way, G, all the Gs, satellite communication, that overall something like internet, right? So how we're going to be transferring that information? We're going to be taking a look at signal. From there, we're going to be taking a look at commercial fleet management and logistics. So how we're going to operate as a business, and we actually fleet, so actually vehicles, four wheelers perhaps, and how we're going to have them, what kind of problem we're going to be looking to solve with those vehicles. Some of the use cases, as I mentioned, but they are not necessarily limited to those, as well as IoTs. IoTs. I'll try to do everything in my own words, so perhaps this would be easier to understand. There's a lot of very technical words that not necessarily who technical words would be very interesting for people who just wondering, right? Not necessarily did a lot of work within the industry to understand all the technical jargon, but either way, IoT stuff would be sensors, lasers, everything that it comes to perhaps. Then we have vehicles, how those sensors are going to be collecting information, right? From there, we're going to move to real-time hazard warnings. So perhaps how, if anything, how we're going to highlight danger, and the software will understand there's a danger, right? As well as how we're gonna be collecting this. I don't know why they decided to classify hazards. That's very important information. Well, all information should be important, but if anything, hazard information collected and sharing. How are we gonna be sharing that particular information? High definition maps update. So even the maps and how we're gonna be storing that information and sharing that information. That's particular call that I shared. This information that I just shared, it's available up there to have access to some of those issues and how you or any business can solve this problem by reaching out in government institutions, so they can give you access to a particular software and not necessarily or give you perhaps access to developing that software together with a team if it's something that you're looking to support at. I just have 10 minutes, right? And when we're talking about satellite applications, this topic can be very complex, and there's another 10 bullet points. I'll try to make it kind of interesting, I guess. But either way, it can be, if it's interesting, it's not necessarily very accurate, right? So or very specific, because there's so many different applications available up there. So if we're talking about vehicles, right? Communication, telecommunication satellites are used for long distance communication. Satellite facilitating the television broadcast, internet services, and long distance telephone calls. So that's some applications there. Then we talk about communication as well as military communications, but perhaps it's not something that you working with. Perhaps I don't know. I don't know. That's when we're talking about communication, there might be some use cases there as well. Earth observation and some of the use cases: weather monitoring. Satellites monitor weather patterns, track storm, and collect data for meteorological research, as well as environmental monitoring. Satellites observe Earth's surface for environmental changes, deforestation, pollution, and natural disasters. Agriculture monitoring. Satellites help monitor crop health, assess oil conditions, and optimize agriculture practices. So some of the use cases there. Navigation, perhaps one of, if not the most important one, would be global positioning system. Satellites enable accurate position and navigation for various applications, including personal devices, transportation, and or emergency services, and how they would find if that's something that they would need to do. One would be scientific research. Astronomy satellites like so without promoting any projects, right? So there's some projects there, valuable data for astronomic research. So that project is collecting data, right? Capturing images or the distant galaxy stars and other celestial objects. Space exploration. Satellites are crucial for space exploration missions, serving as communication relays and provides data on celestial bodies. I don't know. Are there any aliens? That's what I'm interested in. Research work, right? Application that would be defense and security. Surveillance. Satellites contribute to national security by monitoring potential threats, tracking movement, and providing intelligence data. Next one would be strategic communication. Military satellites facilitate secure communication and data transfer for defense purposes. So some of the use cases there. There are so many different use cases. Let's summarize with the next one in this video. I don't want to make it too long, but either way. Broadcasting and entertainment. Perhaps not this area, perhaps. Internet service. Oh, that's important. Or if it's not very similar, I guess. Broadband internet. Satellite provides internet services. Since I personally believe a lot of old, perhaps not, but there's options there. Might be outsource everything to perhaps internet, right? And we can uh, stream everything instead of watching everything on cable, I guess. But either way, broadband internet satellite provides internet services, especially in remote or underserved areas, right? So some of the technologies available out there. I covered briefly some of the use cases. Why would anyone would reach out to this network? If it's something that you're interested in developing products or services, when it comes to satellite applications, there are so many of those use cases, right? If you'd like to learn more, I have published a book, Game Strategy. Within this book, I'm sharing a lot of information when it comes to developing yourself, learning about business and how business should focus, I guess. But it's not necessarily limited to that. If anything, I like to introduce as many people as I can to the way how I myself understand the business, as well as how business should focus on solving problems for large groups of people, if anything. Depending on where you are within the cycle, perhaps you're currently doing a lot of research, or perhaps you're looking to actually take action based on your research that you were doing and start a business, or perhaps you got access to a lot of resources and you're looking to invest in different businesses. It's not necessarily limited to your money, right? It can be perhaps your time. There's a different resources that people can invest, right? I would highly recommend to purchase this book. You can find it in the description below or QR code in the corner. I'm covering this series of videos because myself, nobody told me, right? I don't know. If there was a meeting, I wasn't invited to the meeting where there were a lot of people who said, oh, reach out to us and we will help you to set up business. We'll help you with the resources. What do you need? Money? Staff? People? What do you need? And I didn't, at the time. Then I was focusing perhaps on my personal development, working with somebody else, I guess. That's another way to put it. Instead of working on my own business, right? I didn't knew that there's a support available, right? So if anything, I like to touch on that as well as when it comes to perhaps new opportunities, developing your ideas, whatever your business you might be interested in. There are different support opportunities available that I'm going to be taking a look at, as well as I like to share as much information with certain areas for people who are looking to enter this world, right, when it comes to business world. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.